all the NEET aspirants. This is your Prasanna Ma'am from NEET World, and yes, here we are to discuss our second round of session from NEET PYQs of the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation. So, from genetics, both the chapters included Principles of Inheritance and Variation, Molecular Basis of Inheritance. Two chapters combinedly, you will get at least 5 to 6 questions in your final NEET examination. That's important. That's how it is very much important to learn all the questions. So, without much delay, let's get started with the first question. Here if you see, if a color blind female, so the question is on color blindness, okay, which is X-linked recessive disorder, okay, X-linked recessive disorder. If it is X-linked recessive disorder, the disease is expressed only in the homozygous recessive condition in female, and if the allele, mutated allele is there on the X chromosome for males, then the disease is observed. So, here if you see if colorblind female marries a man whose mother is colorblind, okay. So, here the question is, if a colorblind female marries a man whose mother is colorblind. So, if mother is colorblind, definitely the X chromosome of the male is mutated. So, it is XCY. What are the chances of their offspring having color blindness? What are the chances of their offsprings being colorblind? That is the question. Just by looking into the parental generation, you can answer this question. But then you see, once you cross and see, what are the combinations you are going to get? So, all the offsprings here are affected. So, 100% disease condition is observed, okay. If the colorblind female marries a man whose mother is colorblind, then definitely man is also affected. The cross between these two from the parental generation, if you take, all the offsprings of those parents are affected, colorblind. So, here the right answer will be 100. And second question is about gene mapping, okay. It is from gene mapping which is given by Alfred Stuyvesant. So, how to calculate the questions of gene mapping? There is a very simple trick. You look at the question, the recombination frequency. What is recombination frequency? More recombination means more the distance between two alleles on two genes on the chromosome, okay. So, more recombination frequency means more distance. Remember this point, okay. So, the recombination frequency between the genes A and C is 5%, B and C is 15%, B and D is 9%, A, B is 20%, C and D will be 24%, A and D is 29%. What will be the sequence of these genes in a linear chromosome? In a linear chromosome, what will be the sequence of the genes they are asking? Okay, so here how you have to calculate is, first you have to look into those two genes in which there is maximum distance, okay. First you have to point out those two genes whose distance is very maximum. So, here if you see A and D 29%, A and D 29%, and then C and D will be 24%. So, C you can mark it over here, right. C and D will be how much? 24%. And then you have to come in the descending order. First you have to plot between those two genes which has maximum distance, and then you have to come to descending order. And next A and B is 24%. So, A is here, B will be somewhere over here. It is how much 20%. Fine. And then BD will be 9%, BC will be 15%. When BC is 15, AC will be 5%. Clear, right? Now you have to look into the sequence of the genes on the linear chromosome. After looking into the distance, How you have to plot beta? From the maximum distance of the recombination frequency between the genes to minimum distance. In descending order you have to plot, as such you will get the sequence of the genes on the linear chromosome. So, here if you have to observe the sequence, first is A, then it is C, and then it is B, and then it is D. It is what? A, C, B and D. Okay, A, C, B and D. So, here it is A, C, B and D. Option 3 is the right answer. Okay. So, these are the two questions from your NEET 2022. This question you see ma, which of the following occurs due to the presence of autosome linked dominant trait? So, autosomal recessive disorders, okay, autosomal recessive disorders include thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria. These are the autosomal recessive disorders. Autosomal dominant disorders include what? Myotonic dystrophy. Myotonic dystrophy, where if the disease is on one chromosome, then it is enough. One gene is mutated, then you can see disease. You can see disease both in the homozygous and heterozygous condition of the autosomes. So, here the right answer is option 1. Hemophilia is X-linked recessive. X-linked recessive. Thalassemia and sickle cell anemia is autosomal recessive disorders, where the disease is observed only in the homozygous recessive condition. Okay, only in homozygous recessive condition. And then next question, if you observe beta, next question. Here if you see, XO type of sex determination can be observed in. So, sex determination is of 3 types, right ma? What is 3 modes of sex determination? One is male heterogamety, second is female heterogamety, and third will be haplodiploid mode of sex determination. First, if you see male heterogamety. Male heterogamety, it is based on the Y chromosomes, presence or absence of Y chromosome. So, here XY and X, only single X chromosome. These are 2 modes of what? Male heterogamety. Female heterogamety, the sex is determined by the female, gender is decided by female. This is observed as Z and ZW. Okay. So, examples for male heterogamety XY mode of sex determination, you can take humans and Drosophila. Okay. XO, only one X chromosome, that type of sex determination you can observe in, just a second. So, yeah. XO type of sex determination you can observe in bugs, cockroach, okay, bugs and cockroach, and grasshopper. Fine. ZO type of sex determination is observed in butterflies and moths. Take down ma. Butterflies and moths. Fine. ZW mode of female heterogamety. This type of sex determination is observed in birds, fishes and reptiles. Fine. Haplodiploid mode of sex determination is observed in honeybees. Where female bees are diploid, males will be haploid. Clear, right? Now we look into the options carefully. XO type of sex determination is observed in bugs, cockroach and grasshopper. What will be the right answer beta? Grasshopper. Drosophila will show XY mode of male heterogamety, birds ZW mode female heterogamety, monkeys also will show, monkeys, apes, human beings, they also show male heterogamety, that is XY type. All these examples are important SEMA, which is appeared in which year? NEET 2022. And then statement based question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1 you observe, Mendel studied 7 pairs of contrasting traits in pea plants and proposed the laws of inheritance. Okay, he has studied 7 pairs of contrasting traits in pea plants and he has proposed the laws of inheritance, correct? And then statement 2, 7 characters examined by Mendel in his experiment on pea plant were seed shape, flower color, pod shape, pod color, flower position and stem height. Yes, these are the traits. So, here if you see, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. He has observed 7 characters, 7 contrasting pairs and 14 varieties. Okay, 7 pairs of contrasting traits and how many varieties? 14 varieties. And what are the 7 traits he has considered, ma? Seed shape. In seed shape, which is the dominant one and which is recessive? Seed shape, dominant is round and recessive is wrinkled. Seed color, yellow is dominant and green is recessive. In every trait you have to know 2 contrasting pairs. Okay. Flower color, which is dominant? Violet is dominant, white is recessive. Pod shape, inflattened is dominant, constricted is recessive. Pod color, green is dominant, yellow is recessive. And flower position, axial position is dominant, terminal is recessive. This is the complete 7 contrasting pairs which are given by Mendel. So, here with respect to this question, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Next question you look into, ma. Broad palm with palm crease is visible in a person suffering from, undoubtedly it is Down syndrome. Down syndrome is a chromosomal aberration or chromosomal abnormality which is observed due to trisomy of chromosome 21. Okay, this is due to trisomy of chromosome 21. Okay, where psychomotor is observed, frequent micturition and broad palm, single palm crease is observed in Down syndrome, which is the trisomy of 21 chromosome. Thalassemia is autosomal recessive disorder, which is quantitative. We have as such alpha thalassemia, beta thalassemia. Klinefelter syndrome is observed due to trisomy in the allosome, which is extra pair of X chromosome is present in males, okay, which is 44 plus XXY, okay. Extra pair of X chromosome is present in males. So, Klinefelter syndrome is observed in males which who have extra X chromosome, which results in their sterile condition, tallness, gynecomastia. These and all are observed in Klinefelter syndrome. And Turner syndrome is due to deletion of one allosome in females, which is 44 plus X chromosome. That is it. Okay. So, short stature, webbed neck and sterile females. Turner syndrome is observed in females in which X chromosome is deleted, and Klinefelter syndrome is observed in males where extra pair of X chromosome is present. Clear right now? So, here with respect to this question, the right answer will be option 4. Okay. Soumya, good beta. Continue with the class and look at all questions and concepts, ma. Now, the phenomena of pleiotropism refers to. Yesterday itself we have recalled all those which are deviating from Mendelian laws of inheritance. What are they? Incomplete dominance, complete dominance, co-dominance, pleiotropy, multiple allelism and polygenic inheritance. As such, what is pleiotropism? Yesterday we have solved one previous year question on polygenic inheritance, and on pleiotropism the question appeared in the year 2023. What is pleiotropy? Where one gene is expressing more than one phenotypic trait is called as pleiotropism. Single gene will show multiple effects. So, single gene affecting multiple phenotypic expression, single gene showing multiple phenotypic expression is called as pleiotropism. So, here the right answer is option 2. Next question you observe, ma. Frequency of recombination between gene pairs on same chromosome as a measure of distance between the genes to map their position on the chromosome was first time given by. So, first time about the gene map, it is given by whom? Alfred Student, that is option 2. Sutton and Boveri has proposed the chromosomal theory of inheritance. Sutton and Boveri, they have proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance. Fine. Alfred Student about gene mapping, and Henking identified the X body. Thomas Hunt Morgan gave an experimental verification, on chromosomal theory of inheritance. A pink flowered snapdragon plant was crossed with red flowered snapdragon. What type of phenotypes is expected in the progeny? So, this is an example of what, ma? This example is from incomplete dominance from our NCERT. Yes or no? Incomplete dominance. Okay. So, here in this incomplete dominance, where pink flowers is shown by the heterozygous condition. So, pink flowered snapdragon plant was crossed with red colored snapdragon plant. What is the type of phenotypes he is asking? What will be the type of phenotypes? Capital R and 2 heterozygous condition. So, in offsprings, what are the phenotypes expected in the progeny? It will be red versus pink. Okay, so progeny are both red and pink phenotypes are observed. So, red and pink phenotypes are observed, both 1:1 ratio. So, red flowered as well as pink flowered plants are observed. Option 3 will be the right answer over here. Next question. So, here if you see, ma, which of the following statements are correct about Klinefelter syndrome? About Klinefelter syndrome, which of the following statements is correct? So, look at here, this disorder was first discovered by Langdon. No, Klinefelter syndrome is not discovered by Langdon. He has proposed Down syndrome. Okay. In Klinefelter syndrome, the individual has overall masculine development. However, the feminine development is also expressed. Yes, feminine development is observed, that is because of extra X chromosome. And the affected individual is not short statured. Short stature is observed in Turner syndrome females. Okay. Physical, psychomotor and mental development is retarded. This is observed in Down syndrome, okay, not in Klinefelter syndrome. Such individuals are sterile. Yes, Klinefelter syndrome individuals are sterile. So, here if you observe beta, B and E are correct. Both B and E are correct. Option 2. Next question, if you see, which of the following symbols represent mating between relatives in human pedigree analysis? Okay, mating between the relatives, consanguineous mating. It is observed by 2 strides in between female and male. Okay, 2 lines in between female and male will show consanguineous mating, that is mating between relatives. Here this is normal mating and affected offspring, and these sex unspecified and female affected, all the 3 are affected, and this is showing normal mating. Okay, so this is a simple pedigree diagram which is asked in the year 2023. And here again NEET 2024 question, ma, match the following type of question. The definitions are given and here we have to identify which type of cross or ploidy and allele. So, look at it carefully. 2 or more alternative forms of a gene. 2 or more alternative forms of a gene is called as what? Allele. Cross of F1 progeny with homozygous recessive parent. F1 progeny which is heterozygous, when it is crossed with homozygous recessive parent, that gives the phenotype of the F1 generation. Okay, phenotype of F1 generation. How the phenotype is identified? If it is heterozygous, then you will get equal phenotypes of what? Capital T, small t. Then you will get half of the offsprings as dominant, half of them is recessive. If this is homozygous, homozygous, then it will give you complete dominant phenotype only. So, to test whether an organism is homozygous dominant or heterozygous dominant, it has to be crossed with the recessive parent, homozygous recessive parent. So, here if you see cross of F1 homozygous recessive parent, F1 generation homozygous recessive parent, F1 progeny when it is crossed with homozygous recessive parent, that is what? Test cross. Cross of F1 progeny with any of the parents is what? Back cross. Number of chromosome sets in a plant. If there is complete set of chromosome in a plant, then it is diploid. Half the set of chromosomes, so it is haploid. So, D is what? 2. As such, you identify the answer, ma. A is 3, B will be 4, C is 1 and D is 2. Option 4 will be the right answer. Next question. Yes, again multi-statement question appeared in the year 2024. Which one of the following can be explained on the basis of law of dominance, Mendel's law of dominance? Simple statements, but you need to identify it keenly. Statement A, you see, out of one pair of factors, one is dominant and the other is recessive. Yes, right, out of one pair of factor, one is dominant and one is recessive. That is said in law of dominance. Alleles do not show any expression. No, alleles will show expression. So, B you can eliminate. Factors occur in pairs in normal diploid plant. Yes, in normal diploid plant, factors will occur in pairs. The discrete unit controlling a particular character, is called as factor according to Mendel's law of dominance. The expression of one of the parental character is found in monohybrid cross. Yes, one of the parental character is expressed or found in the monohybrid cross. So, here if you see except B, all the other statements are correct only, that is A, C, D and E. A, C, D and E. Option 3 is the right answer. Next question you look into, ma. In a plant, black seed color, it can be homozygous or heterozygous. Dominant phenotype is dominant over white seed color. White seed color includes homozygous recessive condition. In order to find out the genotype of the black seed plant, with which of the following genotype will you cross it? Okay, to identify the genotype and phenotype, what is the cross that we are doing? Test cross. Test cross means this has to be crossed with recessive parent. So, the right answer here will be option 3. Okay, small b, small b. Last question of today's session beta of the year NEET 2024. Anyhow, 2025 questions we have exercised in yesterday's class. Go through that playlist. So, look at here again, match the following type of question on Down syndrome, alpha thalassemia, beta thalassemia and Klinefelter syndrome. So, Down syndrome, it is due to trisomy of 21st chromosome, which is option 3. Then alpha thalassemia, it is because of deletion of chromosome in the chromosome number 11. It is because of deletion in chromosome 11. Beta thalassemia is because of mutation in the gene HBB gene, which is present in the 16th chromosome, will be mutated. So, this will be option 4. Klinefelter syndrome is due to the presence of extra X chromosome on the affected males. So, here if you see A is 3, B will be 1. I'll give out the options. Down syndrome, it is due to the trisomy of chromosome 21, A is 3. Alpha thalassemia, it is in the chromosome 11, mutation in the chromosome 11, B is 1, and beta thalassemia in 16, C is 4, and Klinefelter syndrome, that is due to extra X chromosome, D is 2. Okay, so this will be the right answer. The combination is not properly given over here. This will be the right answer. Next, last question. As per ABO blood grouping system, the blood group of father is B positive and mother is A positive and child is O positive. Their respective genotype can be. What is their respective genotype? So if child is O positive means both of them should be heterozygous. Male and female parents should be heterozygous. Male is B positive, so it can be of this condition, and crossed with female with A positive, so it is of this condition. In this case only offspring can have O positive blood grouping. IA, IB, IB, IO. So these are the set of offsprings that are observed. Yes or no? So in this case only you can observe O type of blood grouping. So what will be the right option, ma? IBI, IAI and II in the offspring. So option A will be the right answer, that is option 2. Clear, right? So with this we have finished the complete NEET previous year questions from the year 2025 down the line 2019. We have covered up all the NEET PYQs of principles of inheritance. In our next coming sessions, based on this question analysis, I have planned 2 master advanced questionnaire sessions for principles of inheritance and variation targeting NEET 2026. Okay, see you all there and thank you.